What's going on, traders? Few things to talk about before we start. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So right now we are looking at the Nasdaq daily time frame, and in our last video we talked about how the Nasdaq can push higher, specifically towards 22,300. And so far things look okay. They don't look great, but they don't look bad either. They just look okay. And the reason being is that we're trading between this range at around 21,500 and 21,700. As long as we stay above 21,500, we're pretty bullish, but we really want to see a move above 21,700 in order for us to really push higher. And so if we get above 21,700, I would say 21,720, we're looking at a move towards the top of the symmetrical triangle at around 21,900, 22,000 give or take. Now, I did talk about 22,300, which is where Jerome Powell originally sold off the market right here. So in order for us to head towards that area, we obviously first want to see a move above 21,700, then 22,000, and then we want to see a break and retest of the symmetrical triangle, and then we could possibly head even higher than 22,300. And so we go down to the 4-hour time frame. We created a higher low. In order for us to create a higher high, we obviously want to break out of the symmetrical triangle towards the upside and start seeing that move towards 22,300, thus confirming that we are making a higher high. So Nasdaq looks okay. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great. It just looks okay. We're just pretty much trading in a neutral area. And so that leads me to the things that's bothering me. And I talked about this in the last video, and that is the ES, or at least one of those things is the ES. The daily time frame on the ES. So we zoom in and we have created a hangman pattern on the daily time frame. Um, I said this in the last video. I don't like this. I don't like where we are on the ES. I hate this area right here. This is absolutely terrible. Bears are very present in this area. You got a lot of turbulence in this area. Jerome Powell sold off the market right here. I mean, there's a lot going on here. In order for us to really break out of this area, I imagine we're going to need extraordinary news, and I just can't see that right now. And so we created this hangman pattern, and we saw at open at around 6 Eastern, we saw at open that we did get some type of gap down right back below this rising wedge pattern. So this is the thing that was bothering me in the last video. Nasdaq looks great, looks good, right? But then you have the ES just trading in this area under these guys right here, and it's tough. Okay, it's really tough being bullish, or like really really bullish, when you're trading below this area right here. And not only that, now you're creating this hangman pattern, or you already created this hangman pattern, which is a very very bearish pattern, and we're already seeing the effects of this pattern come into work. And this pattern forming below this structure is just, it just screams bearish. Okay, it just screams bearish. Now I'm not fully there yet. The Nasdaq is still, somewhat bullish as long as it stays above 21,500. But this is something you definitely want to take serious as a trader or even an investor. All right, so something to pay attention to. Your key levels here is 6,040. You give up 6,040. I would say 6,035. You're looking at a move back towards 6,020, and then from there you're looking at a move towards 6,000. After that, 5,980. All right, so not looking too good when we're talking about the ES. Now, in regards to upside, 6,100. You really want to see these guys get taken out. All right, if we're trying to be bullish, you want to see these guys get taken out, and then from there we stop these guys out of their position. We're looking at a massive rally from there. Okay, I imagine we're going to see some crazy rally. So again, we're gonna need some crazy news for this to get taken out, guys. All right, so this is why I'm not leaning too bullish and I'm not leaning too bearish. The ES is telling me one thing, but the NQ is telling us another thing. So what I would pay attention to when it comes to the NQ, 21,500. It gives up 21,500. Start packing your bags. All right. Start packing your bags. Pack up the kids. Pack up the dog. Leave the spouse. You got to sell the house at this point. All right. So it's not looking good. Okay. It's not looking good. Now, right now, we're right above support. Okay. So this can easily be some type of, bear trap or whatever. We're right above support at around 6,035, 6,030, give or take. But yeah, I rarely see hangman patterns fail. All right. When they come, they come hard. Pause. Wow. All right, but yeah, that's what I got for the ES. Wow. Pause. All right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Another thing that's bothering me. Okay, another thing that's bothering me. Bitcoin. It gave up 100K. Not even 100K. It gave up 99K again. You want to see 97K hold. It gives up 97K, you're looking bad, or you're looking really bad. You're going to start stopping these bulls out of their position at this point. They're going to start panicking. If you get down here, all right, hopefully you guys can see this wick, because yeah, so you get down here in this area, you start pushing down here below 97K. These guys are going to start panicking all the way down to 92K. You're looking at a move towards 88K from that point. Now, we talked about this in the past. You get below 88K on Bitcoin, all the way down here. Let me zoom out. If you get below 88K on Bitcoin, you're extremely illiquid back towards the low 70Ks. All right. I want to make that clear. You are very, very illiquid down here. You do not want to see that move happen. I will say this much. Bitcoin is the king of stop hunting. All right. So what do I mean by that? When Bitcoin breaks a key level, it does one of these moves. So let's say 92K is our key level, which it is, right? You break it, and then Bitcoin would do something crazy like this. It'll break 92K, do one of these moves all the way back towards 100K. And this is just an example, all right? And then it'll go back down, all right? So Bitcoin is like the ultimate stop hunter. So the first initial move is usually the wrong move. So if it does break below 92K, don't marry the idea just yet. Um, Wait for confirmation, of course, and then watch for that, that crazy move it does where it stop hunts people and then it breaks back towards the upside, probably towards 97K, and then breaks back towards the downside. So this is another thing that's bothering me is Bitcoin. In order for me to be bullish on Bitcoin, like I said in the last video, 103K. I mean, you can consider this a lower high at this point. Bitcoin doesn't look good. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Bitcoin is typically a leading indicator in the market. If Bitcoin goes down, then that's typically a sign that the market is about to go down. If Bitcoin goes up, then that's usually a sign that the market is going to go up. And the reason why is, Bitcoin has a leg in the market. It has an ETF. It has stocks in the market. It has stocks under the Nasdaq. So yeah, you definitely want to take Bitcoin serious when it makes major moves. And so I do imagine if we hit this area again, if bears get back down here again, they're going to be foaming at the mouth, and we're more than likely, I'm not going to say definitely, we're more than likely going to break below this area. If any opportunity for bears to break through 92K, it will be this probably this last and final chance here, because look how often we visit this area. Bears want 92K to get taken out. So you definitely want to pay attention to Bitcoin. That is another thing that's bothering me. We look at the VIX. And of course, we're going to talk about the SPY and triple Qs, but I'm just, listing off things that's bothering me right now. What am I typing? VIX. So I talked about this in the Discord. I said I am not going to make any crazy moves until the VIX fills this gap. Congratulations, we pretty much filled this gap. It has a little more downside, maybe towards 1650, 1640, but 17 is your key level right now. We could see a bounce from here. All right, we could see a bounce. We've been getting a lot of alerts in the Discord showing that institutions are in 20 calls on the VIX. I told you 20 is one of my levels. We already hit 20, but 22 is next. All right, 22 is next. And like I said in the last video, the next drop that does happen is probably going to be worse than the most previous one we just got. All right, so I don't know what's going to cause it. Maybe China news, maybe this Friday's news. I don't know. But yeah, you definitely want to pay attention to the VIX. You want to pay attention to Bitcoin, and you want to pay attention to ES. Those are the things that's bothering me. Again, the Nasdaq looks great, but like I tell you guys all the time, one thing may be lying to you, another thing may be telling you the truth, and it's all a matter of who's lying to you and telling the truth. And so far, it's looking kind of bad. Okay, it's looking bad when you're looking at everything else. All right, so Russell, IWM. IWM right at resistance, closed right at resistance at around 227. We'll say 227.5. Yeah, right at resistance, and it still has this gap all the way at the 220s that need to be filled. Did it fill it? Yeah, it didn't even fill it yet. So something to pay attention to when it comes to the Russell. And if it gets above 231, that's a good sign, I guess. But right now, Russell right at resistance. And so Dow Jones. All right, I rarely talk about the Dow Jones, but I really want to bring everything to perspective here. Dow Jones. So Dow Jones, if it gets back below 444, start packing your bags. All right, start packing your bags. All right, if it gets back below 444 and close, this is the daily time frame, by the way. If it gets back below 444 and close, start packing your bags. I mean, you can even argue that this is some type of double top here. Again, you can argue this. I'm not saying it is. You can argue it. All right, so 444, your key level here on the Dow Jones. All right, if it gets below that, then you got to start packing. All right, you're heading towards the 440s. After that, 439, you really want to see 438 hold. And then from there, you start heading towards this very illiquid area and start filling these gaps towards the downside. It's going to get domestic. All right, it's going to get really bad. I mean, this is, wait, this actually is a massive double top. Did I say double bottom? I think I said double bottom. Double top. All right. Yeah, top here, top here. Your neckline is all the way down here at 418. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but yeah. This looks insane. All right, this looks insane. So yeah, you want to see the Dow Jones hold 444. I will say that I will say this. I think the market has one more pump in it before a dump. But overall, like I tell you guys all the time, I'm pretty bearish for the month of February. I think we're going to see another drop soon. this month. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I mean, with who we have as president right now, is it really hard to believe that we're going to see another drop soon? I mean, the guy is just on a rampage right now. So um, that's pretty much what I have when we're talking about the Dow Jones. And so, of course, we got to look at the SPY and the triple Qs, right? So your key levels here on the SPY and triple Qs, 598. All right, you guys keep asking me, what's the new level? No, 598 is still the same level. Every time we break below 598, we see what happens. All right, every single time we break below 598, guys, the same thing happens every single time. So when you guys ask me the same question over and over, well, what's the key level for the SPY now? It's 598. I mean, look at it. You break below 598 here. Look what happened. You headed all the way towards 580. You broke below, you retested 602, right? You broke back below 598 again. Look what happened. You headed back towards 580 all over again. You retested 599, 598 right here. Look what happened when you gave up 598 again. Here, you gave up 598. You went all the way towards 594. Here, I mean, it's right there, clear as day. And this is where I warned you guys about institutions loading up puts, right? Those 579 puts and those 590 puts we talked about. Look what happened. You gave up 598 all over again. Institutions absolutely ate. Okay, they made a bag that day. All right, so 598 is once again your key level. It will remain your key level until I don't know what. All right. But every time you break below that level, you see a massive, massive sell off on that from that level. So something to pay attention to when it comes to the SPY. In regards to upside, all right, it's not looking good. Okay, it's just not looking good. And this is what I'm talking about with the ES. This area here, bears are very much present in this area here. Every time we hit this area, guys, we get bad news every single time. All right, here, DeepSeek AI news. Okay, here, tariff news. I think this is here, or was it here? I don't know, but somewhere around here we got both of those events at the around close to the same time. Okay, so again, every time we hit this area right here where Jerome Powell originally sold off the market, we get some type of bad news. So don't be surprised. Come tomorrow or the rest of this week, we get China news or more tariff news. I don't know. Okay, so something to pay attention to here when it comes to the SPY. For more upside, 602. You break above 602, you're heading towards 604, 605 psych level. From there, I mean, plain and simple. If you're talking about previous highs or all-time highs, you just want to see a move above 610. Plain and simple. I mean, simple as that. All right. You don't see a move above 610, then you don't have much to talk about. All right. And that's pretty much what I have for the SPY when it comes to upside and downside. Triple Qs, 5, 515. Okay, 515 is still your key level here. Um, you break below 515, start packing. All right, 515. After that, you're looking to move towards 510. Every time you break below, again, every time you break below 515, guys, you see what happens. You hit 510 every time. So I would go as far as to say, actually, I would say 510. Pay attention to 510. Every time we keep bouncing off 510, so we got to take that level more serious. All right. Right here, you bounced off of it. Around here, you bounced off of it. Here, you bounced off of it. Here, you bounced off of it as well. But every time you break below 515, you head towards 510. So, you can take both levels seriously, obviously. So you break below 510, you're heading back towards 503. You really, really want to see 503 hold. You give up 503, start packing your bags. Chances are you're heading towards this 492 gap on the triple Qs. For upside, 529, 530 psych level. You want to see that move back above that level. And if you're getting above that level, then you look at a move towards 532, 533. And then from there, you look at a move towards 538, 540, give or take on the triple Qs. And so semiconductors. All right, so I haven't looked at semiconductors today. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, so we're gonna wing this. All right, we're gonna wing this. All right, so Nvidia, I'm bearish on Nvidia. Plain and simple, I'm bearish on Nvidia. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. You guys hate. Some of you hate me for it. Some of you argue with me about it. But I mean, I've been calling for this move. I've been calling for this. I made a whole video dedicated to this drop, specifically about Nvidia dropping to 100. Still bearish on this thing. Argue with me all day, but I've been right all the way up to this point. I mean, I'm not trying to gloat. I'm just telling you guys that this is what I'm telling you guys here. Pre-split, 100 is 1,000 for Nvidia, right? Pre-split. Even if Nvidia drops to 90, that's still 900 pre-split. So why is it hard to believe that Nvidia can drop to 100? Why? Why would that be hard to believe? Especially prior to its earnings, right? Especially prior to its earnings. I think this is an excellent buying opportunity before its earnings, right? I think this is perfect. If Nvidia drops to 100, oh, absolutely. Buying opportunity, right? Me personally, I would love it at 90. I got Discord members saying they would love it at 69. Why they're saying 69, I don't know. They're just weird. But regardless, buying opportunity. So, you can be mad all day, but a true investor, a true trader will love this drop. Will absolutely love this drop on Nvidia. And I'm loving it. Okay. I think Nvidia is still going to head towards 100. What causes that? I don't know. All right. But it shouldn't be a surprise prior to its earnings. It just shouldn't be. All right. So I do think Nvidia is still going to drop here. Can it fill this gap? Tough to say. We're just not getting anything that can show that right here. Okay, so this is what I want to show you guys right here. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at that. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. And mind you, this is the daily time frame, guys. All right, look at this insane area right here. 129. We'll say 130 cycle level. You need to break above 130 for you even to start thinking about filling this gap. All right, we're nowhere near 130. This area right here, bears, not just bears. They're just body slamming each other over here. They're body slamming all the bulls over here. They're bottoming them. They're choke slamming them. Bulls are getting decimated in this area. You get back up here, good luck. Okay, good luck. All right. So I think Nvidia is still heading towards 100. Lowest I'm looking at is about 90. This happened before. Nvidia has dropped to 92 before. It did it in August, last August. Why is it hard to believe that it can do it again? I don't know. Okay, don't know. But yeah, that's all I have for Nvidia. Key level to the upside, 130. Plain and simple. You got to get above these guys. For me to even start thinking about being bullish on Nvidia, you got to get above these guys. Massive rising wedge here. I mean, that's the best I can do for you guys. All right, that's the best I can give you guys. I know it sucks. I know it's hard to believe, but I gave you guys a price target of 113. We hit that right on the money. From here, I think next is 110. Not from here, but 110 is next pretty soon, I imagine. And then from there, I'm looking at a move towards 100. Lowest I'm looking at is 90. Again, Discord members got like 69 and all types of numbers. So we'll see. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for Nvidia. Apple. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not buying this move from Apple. I'm just not. I'm not convinced. All right, I think this is a simple gap fill. Apple is simply filling the gap. I think that's obvious, right? It's filling this gap. Once it gets here where these bears are, I can't see it. Okay, I can't see it. Maybe it teases a little more upside here, but I just can't see Apple just boom doing this. Okay, I just can't. So maybe a move back towards 240 at most, which will be, resistance right here. So around 240, maybe you see a move like that. But I imagine these bears are going to step in like quick. Okay, they're going to step in. You get to 240 on Apple, these bears all in this area, nothing but bears. Look how, I mean, let's zoom in. Let's be real here. All right, bearish candle, doji, bearish candle, doji, whatever that is, bearish candle, whatever that is, bearish candle. I mean, the final boss of bears right here. I mean, polar bear, grizzly bear, whatever. All right, silverback gorilla. I mean, whatever you want to call it, bears are very much present in this area, guys. So you just want to be careful, okay? Trading Apple. I'm not buying it. I'm not convinced by Apple right now. I just think this is simple retest back towards the upside, and back down we go. Okay, simple as that. Can I be wrong? Sure, but I mean, I've been right up to this point about Apple. We'll see. Um, and that's pretty much all I have. Someone wanted me to go over Tesla. I I don't have much for Tesla. Tesla's just trading in this range. That's why I haven't been talking about it. You go to the 4 hour time frame. I mean, what's there to talk about here? Nothing. It's just consolidating. It's just doing huge, massive swings in this area. I mean, until it breaks out of this box here, there's not much to talk about for Tesla. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, it's just trading in this freaking box here. It's just not much to talk about. So that's why I haven't been talking about Tesla. You want to see it get above below 364, 363, and then we can start talking about more downside. You're pretty illiquid from there all the way towards the 350s. Upside, I mean, until it gets back up here towards the 440s, 450s, there's not much to talk about when it comes to upside. From there, you're looking at a move towards 450. You're pretty illiquid there. But other than that, I mean, Tesla's just trading in this box. Not much to talk about here. And so Discord. So in the Discord, we Google alerts, okay? Not Google alerts. What am I talking about? Google earnings, okay? Google earnings. So yesterday we got an alert from Google, from our Discord bot showing that whales are institutions are in Google puts, right? They're in 195 puts for April 17th, 2025 with a premium of 663K. And so we look at Goog, and this came in yesterday. That alert came in yesterday, and Goog for earnings absolutely got decimated. All right. As you guys can see, after hours, I mean, The Discord bot pays for itself, man. That's why I'm not. I can't give discounts. I mean, you got this bot giving you like free earnings plays. I mean, come on, 195 puts, mind you. Goog was all the way at 210. Had you got puts up here, those 195 puts up here, you are eating. It dropped all the way to 190. Currently after hours, probably lower, probably higher right now. But I mean, it just the Discord bot pays for itself. Simple as that. All right, simple as that. Discord members are loving it. I mean, it gives us earnings plays sometimes, and it's very rare that it's wrong. Very rare. So you do what you want with that. But yeah, Discord link will be in the description below if you want access to these tools. If you want access to our trades, again, Discord link will be in the description below. We're growing every single day. It's been absolutely insane. It's been fun. I'm absolutely loving it. It's a lot of work, I will admit, but yeah, I'm just loving the growth. I'm loving the questions. Keep them coming, guys. This is what I do. This is what I do full time. I absolutely enjoy it. But yeah, um, Goog, this thing can start heading towards 180. Simple as that. If it breaks below 185, yeah, you're very illiquid. You're very illiquid back towards the 170s. I mean, right here, guys. Okay, right here. Look at this whole area right here. You get about below these guys, you stop these guys out of position, they are losing their minds, they're panicking. Boom, here you go. So yeah, I imagine that maybe Google could be the reason. The market tanks, or part of the reason the market tanks. But this whole area right here, I do imagine is going to want to liquidate some of this right here. So we could see a retest back towards 198 first, and that'll probably help the market, pump a little bit towards the upside. You see a retest back towards these guys right here, and then you see, start seeing that sell off all over again. Maybe head and shoulders pattern here, shoulder here, little hideous head here, and then another shoulder somewhere here, or even up here. Yeah, so something to pay attention to. But yeah, that's all I have. This is just basically a warning video letting you guys know there's some signs that we could see another sell-off, and I do think the next sell-off is going to be pretty bad. Remember, those 579 puts on the SPY are still in play. Yes, they took some profits.